Okay, so today we change the role and I'm going to interview you on your own channel. I'm feeling this is gonna be funny, but I'm a bit nervous. Okay, let's start from the beginner. I prepared some questions for you, and let's start from the first one. What was your motivations for creating this channel? And did you have a specific goal when you started?
Well, thank you so much, Anna, first of all, for giving me the opportunity to answer your questions. You did great in when I interviewed you, and it was a pleasure interviewing you. So, and thank you so much for that opportunity as well. And to start with your first question, yes, it was like you said that in your own interview that you you are always motivated by communicating people, talking to people, making friends. English language is all about connecting globally. So I was also about it all started because of English language. I was never a YouTube person, I was never a social media person. I never had a video made like speaking in front of the camera, and except only the family videos when I'm hanging around with the family or friends. Those are the different, those you can consider them vlogs, not the monologue videos or the YouTube or these kind of settings or podcast setting videos, right? So it all started with the passion of English language. I mean, I wanted to I was teaching in one of the schools in Gujar Khan, where I live. This is a town in Pakistan. It's next to Islamabad. So if any Brazilian watch this video, he or she can understand where exactly do I live. I live next to Islamabad, which is the capital city of Pakistan, and the town's name is Gujar Khan. And I started giving English spoken lectures. Means that how to communicate English better to primary school kids, means from grade 2 to grade 10th. And I was giving these lectures, and I was helping those minor children to speak English better, or to start English, or start speaking English. So it all started with that. And gradually, some of my colleagues who were teaching other subjects in the school, they started thinking that maybe I should uh, broaden my horizon by uploading videos. Whatever I tell in the classrooms to the students, instead of that, I should start uploading the videos saying the same thing that I'm saying in the classrooms. I should record that. So I was hesitant for the first few months, but then COVID happened. I had no job. I mean, I lost the school job because there were no schools, and I was sitting idle. And one of my colleagues stayed in touch with me. He was an English professor in that school, and he still is. He still teaches English. And he actually, we started hanging around, and he said he was actually a journalist like yourself, basically.
Wow.
A- and he said that he complimented me that when I ask him questions, when I hang around with him as a friend, he never minds answering my questions. So he thought that maybe I can be a good questioner in a podcast setting, in a journalism field, even though I don't have any journalism background, you can tell, right? So I I started interviewing people in my locality where I live. The friends that I have, all the English professors, I thought that maybe grabbing the opportunity by sitting with them, converting the relationship that I had with them, instead of like just talking casually with them. Why not record the conversation that I do with them, basically? So I recorded those videos. I started uploading them, and gradually I started getting views. So that's how this all YouTube journey started. I never had any plans or motivation to do that. Instead, one of my friends or colleagues told me, like, your teacher gave you the inspiration on your first interview, that you should continue it. You did great. So I mean, similar thing happened to me. I uploaded the video, and it got appreciated. So it gave me the motivation to continue doing that. So that's how it all started.
That's nice. That's a very nice story. I like that. And did you face any difficulties in your first episodes, or and if so, how did you overcome them? How did you overcome your difficulties and start with your own channel?
Well, difficulty was, I remember I was not good at editing. This is one of the biggest challenges when it comes to having a channel or creating a channel of your own. When you are owner of your own channel and you're the editor, you're the content creator, everything you have to do or manage yourself, right? So I didn't have anybody to edit my videos, so obviously I had to do them myself. So I interviewed one of the great professors. He's a principal in a government college of Gujar Khan of this town, the only government college that we have. When I interviewed him, and after the interview, he said that, can you please change the background of the video, because the wall behind him where we were sitting was not very good. It was not well painted. So I tried editing that, but I couldn't do it. Even I tried few different softwares, right? And he met me after a few months when I uploaded the video. He saw the video and he told me that, I watched the video. I told you to change the background in a very friendly manner. He asked me, why didn't you do that? So I said that I tried my best and I couldn't do it. So this was one of the difficulty, and I thought that maybe I should be demotivated. I mean, I should stop doing that, but I didn't get discouraged because of that. I mean, one compliment or one comment should not stop you. So people, when you start doing something that's new to you, I think that not everybody is going to give you appreciation. I think 50% of the people will give you appreciation, and 50% may say different things that might sound negative to you, that might demotivate you. So I think that you should learn to ignore that. If you are courageous enough, if you are inspired enough to continue to do what you want to do, if you believe in what you're doing, if you think that the content that you're delivering is good for the audience, like we our objective in the first video was to give inspiration to others, right? So maybe because of your first video or your first interview or my interview, somebody else got the motivation and started his own channel, right? So we are thinking about always the positive aspect of it or positive side of it. So if we keep our mind positive, I think that difficulties are always there. We start learning to overcome that, basically. So that's how it starts. And difficulties are still right now. I think that even right now we are not doing things in a very professional setting. I'm a very chatty person. I'm not concerned about how people think, and I think that if you stay true to your nature, that will keep you going. If you keep altering yourself depending on what people are saying, you will stop. So I think that
Yeah.
you should stay true to your nature. That's what I believe.
Yeah, that's right. You should be straight by your own dreams and don't overthinking about what people are talking or how sad people can be or say related to your mistakes. I think you can always learn and grow by them. So that's always great. And I'm happy you continue to do this and continue inspiring people around the world by your English channel. It's very nice. So let's keep going with the next question. Oh, this is also our continuation. I think you are a very intelligent person. So what wisdom would you share across time? I think you reflect on your most impactful guidance you've received in your journey. What did you learn from it?
If I've got it right, the question is, what is the best piece of guidance that I've received in my YouTube journey?
Yeah, exactly.
One of the guidance that I think that, if you watch some of my videos right now, I'm using a microphone, right? So when it comes to delivering a message on YouTube, on a platform like YouTube, when you're not physically talking to someone, you're talking virtually. You are giving your content or your voice or your message through a digital stream or digital device like. Medium like YouTube. So obviously you want to make sure that the lighting is good. You want to make sure that the sound quality is good. Everything is hearable and watchable. So that was one of the problems that I had in initial videos. The sound was not very good. I was not audible, and in some videos the lighting was not very good. So that those comments I received constantly, that I should get a microphone, a proper wireless microphone. I started I was actually depending on the mobile phone's microphone that was built in, so that couldn't capture uh, the voice of the even the guest or the host very closely. So later I bought a wireless microphone which can be plugged into the collar of the speaker or the guest or me myself. So that was one great piece of guidance that I had, because you want to make sure that if somebody watches the video, he or she should be able to listen or understand clearly what somebody, when whoever is saying or whoever is talking on the video. So that was a great piece of advice. I don't remember anything else, to be honest, that I can share with you. This was
Actually,
a technical advice.
you were talking about technical advice. So I wanna ask you about like skills or wisdom that you can spread. You know, things that you've learned and you think is good to share.
Yeah, I think one I think is very critical. Thank you so much for clarifying that. Because obviously, like, you live in Brazil, and English is not our first language, even in Pakistan. So English comes maybe second or third. So a lot of people in Pakistan, I think almost 50 to 70% of my guests who are on my channel, they recommended me that I should also make content in Urdu language, which is the local to Pakistan, to make my channel go even more viral. That was an economic point of view, because when my videos will go viral, I can start making money easier, right? Because whenever people talk about coming on YouTube, they say that okay, you can make money from YouTube because it's a monetization platform. And and I didn't take that seriously, because from their point of view, they were trying to give me an advice and give me the motivation that I should take YouTube from earning perspective, and I should take it more seriously. But I never took that seriously. I stuck to English. I didn't change my medium of communication. I didn't make any video in Urdu language, and I stuck to English. That was, I think, that whoever said that, they said it from a constructive perspective. Maybe they thought that I had a message that I can deliver in Urdu language easier, and so that people can understand and listen to that easier, because larger audience in Pakistan understand and speak Urdu. But I started, my motivation for the channel was English, the initial. So if I keep changing tracks, I mean, maybe if someone says that there is a third language in Pakistan, after a few months I should start making videos in that language also. So how can I keep doing that? I mean, I'm good at English. I mean, I believe that I can control a conversation in English, which I cannot. I'm pretty sure I cannot do that in Urdu or any other language. So I should not listen to those advices, which I think that are not fit or right for me. So I should be like you were saying, that you should be able to analyze your own mistakes yourself. Not, you should not depend on other people to criticize you or judge you or tell you where you are wrong or where you're right. You are the only person who know yourself best. You should listen to others, but you should not apply all the advices that you listen from others or hear from others. So that's what I learned basically from all those advices.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting. I think you were right. We You shouldn't let people tell you to change your channel, or to change your essence channel to motivate or to get more views and something like that. I think it's very nice when you know better yourself and you can do whatever you think is it's gonna be good to you. And I think it's the best things, because you avoid people manipulate you and doing things with you that you are not allowed to. I think it's the best thing ever when you know yourself truly, and you can avoid things that you don't want to. It's the best things.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, I agree with you.
Yeah. And do you think can wisdom truly be transmitted, or must it be experienced? What do you think?
Well, I believe that wisdom, it's a great question, by the way, because one of the main reasons why I believe in these podcasts or interviews is that whoever I interview, even he or she is not a very experienced or educated person, but I believe in sharing the stories of someone's journey. Like, even if you or I, even if one of us is looking for a job, even if we don't have a job, but the struggles that I am going through or you are going through because of not having a job. So the story is can be very helpful to other people, right? So for example, I lived in Dubai in the past, right? I went to Dubai, I was looking for a job, and I got the job in 16 days. So when I tell that story to someone in Pakistan who has never been to Dubai, and because of listening to my story, he can understand what struggles can be there, what challenges can be there. He can be prepared for that. Like I was not prepared. It took me 16 days. Maybe because of my story, it can help him and get a job quicker than 16 days, right? So that he doesn't repeat the same mistakes. So like you said, I mean, I was very I felt very your story. I thought that your story was also very interesting. You traveled 2 or 3 English countries, I guess you said that, where you went for a language exchange, and that really gave me motivation. That I think that whoever watches that video can learn from you. That that is a great way to actually learn language faster. You should actually explore other countries. You should travel, because traveling is a great way to adapt or experience different cultures so that you can learn language faster. So I think that giving telling stories is a great way to transfer wisdom, basically. And if somebody never listens to anyone's advice, or never listens to any podcast like these, it will take years for you to get that wisdom. If you can listen to somebody who already has experience of that, maybe you can actually learn from his or her mistakes, so you can adapt that wisdom. So it can help you, it can save you a lot of time, I think.
Yeah, totally agree with you. I think you always can learn through the others' experience, and I think you can use that experience to improve your own journey. So you shouldn't not avoid to do or the things we want to do, but it's always nice to get some advices related to people who already done things that you would like to do, and you can learn through the things, and you can improve your by your own way. I think it's always inspire it's yeah, it's always good to know, and always good to learn through the others experience. And it's helpful whenever people want to tell you something. If you can keep it to your own good, it's gonna be like a good experience, I think. So I think you should like keep your open your earrings to listen by other experience, and walk in your own journey. I think it is that way. That should
Exactly.
be.
I think that if you're motivated enough, if you're positive enough, if you're focused about your goal, then whenever you hear a negative advice, you can understand that this advice is not for me. If you are not true to your goal, then even negative advice can look good to you, because you are open to any advice, then and you will go nowhere, right? I think there is a saying that when you don't know where you're going, every road will take you there. So you have to know where you're going, so that you can take only the right advice for yourself.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure. Let's going on to the next questions. I think it's the last one. Do you think there is a right age to learn a new language?
Well, you said in your interview that the quicker you start, the better it is. So I think that is the answer, because uh, when you don't have much stuff on your mind, it's easier for you to learn. But at the same time, I feel very surprised when I listen to a lot of people, a lot of European, a lot of American. They are learning fifth language, seventh language of their life, and they're in 30s, they're in 40s. So I think it depends on the conditions and how open you are and how dedicated you are to your goal, to your objective. When it comes to me, I think that I cannot start learning a third language right now. If you tell me, Noor, why not you learn Brazilian or Portuguese now? So I think that I won't be able to do that. but if but
Yeah.
if I if but if were a 15-year-old boy, I think it would have been easier for me, because I didn't have much stuff on my mind. But right now I have different goals instead of learning the languages.
Yes, I think I agree with you. I think there's no age, but as soon as you can start to learn another language, it's good. Because I think when you are young, you have less concerns than an adult. I think as an adult, you think a lot. You are so worried about doing right and doing wrong things, and you have a lots of tasks to do also. So it's always difficult to keep improving, reserve a space to learn and to keep learning. So that's why I think as soon as you can start learning. But otherwise, I think you can always learn a language or whatever you want to learn. Doesn't matter your age. I think if you really want to learn something, you can go ahead and start to do little by little things and start to learning. I think there's no way to start learning. Actually, I've known lots of people who speaks lots of languages and keep improving, keeping taking other language to start to learn. And I think, oh my gosh, I think it's very difficult because as you I also think I cannot deal with another language by this time. But I think it's also important to know that we can do whatever we want. It's just put your mind that you can and start to do the little start to walk in the little steps, and you can achieve your goals. And there's no age to achieve your goals. There's no age to achieve your dreams. It's just you just need to start.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Definitely,
Yeah.
it depends on what you're looking for. I mean, if you're a linguistic person, you can be open to learning other languages, but it depends on what field you are. I mean, you cannot expect someone who's an engineer to keep learning new languages because he has a job to do. He has his own field, obviously, which he's focused about. One can take it as a hobby. I mean, if my hobby being in Pakistan is speaking English, I mean, I chose not to learn other Pakistani languages and I chose to learn English. So I keep expanding and growing in this language, even though people keep telling me that I should learn Pakistani language, but I stayed myself focused on English language. So that was my goal. So I think that you know yourself, you know your personality, you know where you feel good at, where you feel right at, what gives you confidence. So I think that confidence, I think, is the most valuable asset in one's personality. And what I would tell viewers or any learner or any somebody who's going to watch the video, that if something gives you confidence, any hobby, like I was talking to a musician and she gives lectures on how to play piano, how to sit in front of a piano, what is the right way to uh, hold the piano, or different things, right? Because if you are passionate about one thing, you'll be always curious to learn more about it. If you're not curious about it, if you're not interested in how and why would you learn about it? So if somebody is interested in learning more languages, if somebody likes to travel, you said great thing in your video that you like talking to people in their own language. So that's one of if somebody is like you and he wants to go to, let's say, Italy, and he wants to make friends in Italy, so obviously he or she will have to learn Italian language. So that depends on what your goals are. But obviously, to do a podcast like with someone like you, who can speak and understand English, so I think that English was good enough for me, and I really enjoyed talking to you. And obviously, you're the first and only someone who has professional journalism background who has interviewed me, and I felt really honored to answer your questions.
Oh, no, that was really good. And I think that's not related to profession or what degree I have, because I really, and of course you do this better than me because you are familiar with. But I think it's more related to uh, when you are open to talk and to listen what the other side is talking, and it's related to be a good communicator as you are. So I think it's not related to how much you have studied or how degree do you have. I think it is more related to your personality and more related to how open you are to communicate with other persons, and how open you are to learn by then and to growing by then. I think it is the best things that you can do, and you're doing great. So thank you for inviting me. And I got nervous for sure, but I think you also gave me inspiration, and it's always good to be here talking to you. So thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for the opportunity. It was pleasure talking to you.